Hello, Ectosage here on the Say channel. It is Sleep, Art, Game, and Eat. And today I'm showing you this little ship, which isn't actually very little if you notice my frame rate chugging a bit there. And you'll see why when I get out of the control seat, which I'm in right now. Yeah, this is the main purpose of this ship, is I wanted a room. I've actually nicknamed this ship the Observer because it's sort of a high-minded idea that maybe it would travel about and in a future world, maybe these would be holograms and some immortal being would sit there in the middle and just view it all and observe the world while traveling the universe. And yeah, this is the main idea I just had. After my last video, I had a few of these coming down from the roof, and I thought they looked pretty cool. And how would it look if we had them going at each other? Unfortunately, I wanted them originally to be closer, but I had to put them 3 blocks apart, or at least 2 blocks apart if I wanted them all to have lights on the bottom and the top. But of course, if they were just 2 blocks apart, the walkway would be pretty much, I'd be head height with those lights, so I decided to move them up one more, and that gave us this sort of interesting big open area here, and you can see the ship is full of these lights, which I think look pretty awesome. They're actually not glowing right now, which is pretty strange. Usually they have a bit of a glow that comes off of them, but apparently that's glitched out at the moment, rather unfortunately. Anyway, if I was to fly up, you can see that indeed the whole room, all of these are suspended on these things, and because of the weird way the lighting works, these all sort of blend in. So if I turn on my lights, there you go, now you can see that they're all there. The connection at the top is very simple, it's just a flat surface, nothing special there. You can't really build anything special with that, considering I wanted them all so close together, and you can't use small blocks on large ship blocks without using a landing gear to connect them, so no fun with that, unfortunately. If we see here the middle seat where we were a second ago, as we fly past this place in lower frames per second, you see it's sort of got this huge, interesting cowling coming up, and maybe if there was some sort of immortal being, this would be where its mind would be sort of scanned, and it can control everything with its thoughts, and it goes up to this. And the bottom down here is actually exactly the same. It goes down and splits off down to the side walls. If we were to fly outside the ship, which you've actually already seen, we have 4 ways in and out of the ship, all at these sort of entrance points here. And you can see the ship is basically a large cube. Now the section we were just in actually fills up pretty much from this point here down to this point there, and from left to right, from side to side. The upper areas here are actually full of engines, and I'm going to fly up there and show you those really quick. It's the same on the top area here, and it's mirrored down on the bottom area there. We have these nice little sort of blue and black symbol with white around it that I sort of ended up coming up with. And the corners, also the symbol was just so that we didn't have a sharp point at the corner there. Now if we fly up here, we can fly into this opening, which is just like the one we just came out of, except for it leads down into the engine section on top of the ship. Now we're down here, I've just turned off my jetpacks. And you can see now that these are all the engines, how they're set up. As per most of my ships, the engines face inwards. That way I don't have to see the engines sticking out strangely in these huge rays on the outside of the ship. And we have a huge amount of gyroscopes stuck down here, as well as all the reactors to power it all. This area has no other purpose but this. And as you can see, it's not exactly beautified. It's just sort of a working area. Anyway, let me head back up to the control room now, and I'll actually show you what it looks like to move this ship. Alrighty, back in the control room, I actually hopped in here now, and there you go, you can actually see the mass of the ship, its power, its reactors output, its thrusters and everything, and now I'm actually going to try to move it really quickly. I'm going to have to press V to center my view, there we go. Now we're going to try to move forward, and you see it's a relatively slow-moving ship, but considering how big it is, I think its acceleration isn't actually too bad. And of course, like I said, this ship would probably sit still once it gets near something it would like to observe and sort of just look at it and take into account whatever it's doing. Probably a research vessel for whatever strange advanced race would use this silly thing. It probably wouldn't actually work at all in any sort of useful way in the Space Engineers universe, but it's just an interesting idea that popped into my head and I really wanted to make it. As you can see, we're moving very, very slowly, very laggy. Anyway, thanks a bunch for watching. I just wanted to share this really quick. If you want to check it out yourself, it should be up on my Steam workshop very shortly, if not right now. Anyway, thanks again for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.